Okay, so we're all here. I don't know how many of you are aware, but Jon has.
Hello, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
I genuinely, the other day, I asked Jon, who is this Craig you've added to the Talk of the Devil chat? And he was like, oh, it's a recording software. Yeah, as I was about to say, Jon has very generously agreed to record the episode and play all the song breaks, because I'm about as technologically inept as an Amish tortoise. So, that's not a bad metaphor. So,
That's a
similarly,
great
he uses the
metaphor.
word as. Thank you. So, yeah, so that's how the setup's going to work. But if you guys are all ready, we can plunge straight in.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Grand. Great. Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Talk of the Devil. I am your host for this week, Joe, coming straight to you from the Comedy Institute of Lancaster University. We've got some great games and news stories lined up for you this week, and I will introduce my guests. So, I can't go on my right because we're not in the same room, so I don't know where they all are in relation to me. But I'll just go down the... You're on the right. Okay, we'll start with you. So, first of all, we have Lucien joining us. Say hello, Lucien.
Hello.
Hello. Next up, we have Patrick.
Hello.
And Jon.
Hello.
And finally, Fred.
Ayo, what's poppin', cuz? Yes.
Which
You
one of
must
the
ex-
four is from London?
That is your first question today.
I think it's Craig.
Oh yeah, no, it's got to be Craig.
Craig McRecording software. Very good. So, if you've listened to an episode before, we're back with Talk of the Devil. But basically, this is a news quiz. It's sort of our equivalent of Have I Got News for You? And we'll be going through some news stories that I've been collecting and having some fun answering questions about them. So, with that, I think we'll move on to our first round of the episode, which is called It's Funny Because It's True. In this round, I have compiled 3 news stories which I will read out to you, and your job is to guess whether I have made them up or whether they are genuinely real news stories, and there will be 1 point per correct answer. There is everything to play for and an hour and a half to play it in, so let's get going. So, our first news story of this round. Hold on to your helmets. Unprecedented historical find in Dorset. Archaeologists across the globe are beside themselves after a recent discovery in Dorset. Dug up from a churchyard in Corfe Castle, what was originally assumed to be an ordinary Anglo-Saxon helmet was hiding a big secret. Analysis on some ancient hair found inside the helmet revealed that it was worn by none other than Alfred the Great, after it was cross-referenced with a DNA sample from a known living relative. The 3-kilogram helmet joins the Alfred jewel as one of the only objects confirmed to have belonged to the legendary king, and is expected to be on display in the Ashmolean Museum by September 2021. So that's our first story, guys. What do you think of that?
Oh, it's detailed.
I'll go last.
All right, then.
Cheers, Patrick.
Yeah.
One thing I like is the accuracy with which the artifact is not going to be on display for an annoyingly long time. I think that's a great.
Yes, very accurate. Yes.
Yeah. They released a new story. They released a new story now, but make you wait a whole year.
Yeah, it's worse than No Time to Die. It's worse than Endgame.
It's the new Bond movie of international archaeology. Oh dear. Do you guys know what the Alfred Jewel is? Which is one of the things that this story mentions.
Is that a euphemism for Alfred's junk?
I'm going to go with no on that one. It didn't look like that in the documentary. What was that, sorry?
Is it when Alfred fought someone? A duel?
Tough
crowd.
It's just too clever for us.
Yeah, certainly too clever for King Alfred, because that's not what it is. It's a little sort of pendant thing that is certified as belonging to Alfred because it's engraved around the outside. And people have always been speculating like what it is, and like, is it a centerpiece of a crown? Is it the pommel of a sword? And it was later discovered that it was the end of a pointing stick that he used to point at maps with. And I was just like, that's the least bespoke thing this thing could have possibly been used for.
Right.
Like, it's an unprecedentedly beautiful object, and he used it to point at things.
A pointy stick, yes.
Yes, it's like the laser pointer that we're going to get at some point.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah. This is a whole thing, Lucien, about the fact that for slideshow presentations, we want a laser pointer.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Exactly.
Quite, yeah.
And maybe a long pointy thing for when we don't have the...
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, now you've mentioned long pointy stick, I'm like...
Yeah, like
I'm tempted.
cartoonishly thin and pointy. And
Yeah. Like, if you were to extend it too far, would potentially snap. Like...
Yeah, like if you used a bamboo pole to like point at these things.
Yeah.
Oh
Like a
dear.
Lucy heist of the museum to nick King Alfred's one, and then
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
I mean, I'd be down, but maybe, like, in the future, we shouldn't announce it on a recorded radio show. I feel that compromises it a bit.
Or maybe it's exactly what will throw him off the scent. It's the ultimate double bluff.
Exactly. We would never do something we specifically said we were going to do.
Exactly. That's rule 101 of being a criminal, which I would know because of reasons.
Yes.
So, what do we think? Do we reckon this story is true?
Okay. So, no, I'll let people lock in their answers first.
Oh,
All right. So, yeah, I'll go through you in order to get your answers. So, I think I will go to John first. John, what do you think?
Okay, yes, right. Well, yeah, reiterating, I think it's got to be true. It's just so it's very well detailed, and I can really see myself reading that and being disappointed at the length of time that I have to wait. So yeah, true.
It's already been pushed back 3 times, but they keep releasing videos about it.
We're on the second teaser trailer of King Alfred.
Yeah. Lucien, what do you reckon?
Well, I think some of the wording was a bit clunky. So I'd say yes, I think it's true.
Okay, interesting logic. Nice to know what you think of the print media.
I like to surprise myself.
Fred, what do you reckon?
right. So, here's my thought process.
Okay.
Joe, you are deep into a creative writing degree.
Too deep.
No, he's finished the degree. He's now onto his post degree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's how deep he is. He's through the other side. This is so like you are part of the apex of human creativity.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And that's not even sarcastic. That's
Flattery won't get you points in this game, Fred.
well, I
Yes,
haven't
it will.
finished
I'm the
using-
host.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just say it's lovely to speak to you all again? And thanks for inviting me.
You're very welcome.
Do we get extra points for groveling?
Depends how well you grovel, mate. But a bit early in the game for that. So let's
All right.
let's save it for later.
I feel that if you were to create a story, this would be exactly the kind of thing you would create. But I don't like going against the crowd because I'm a coward. So, these two things considered, and all the procrastinating I'm currently doing, I'm gonna say true. Why not?
All right, you think it's true. Thanks for that comprehensive lecture in why you think so. No, cheers. And finally, Patrick, since you were so adamant to go last, here you are, last.
Absolutely false, and I have several facts which prove why it is false.
Okay.
and I wanted people locking their answers because I didn't want to ruin the game for people. Corfe Castle was built by William the Conqueror. It's not Anglo-Saxon. Why would an Anglo-Saxon artifact be kept there? I don't know. Second of all, no living relatives of Alfred the Great. No one knows his lineage. What's up with that, dude? What is up with that? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Joe knows because he made the whole thing up.
I have
And the
regret.
Ashmolean Museum, why would they be put on display at the Ashmolean Museum? It's not even in Devon or like a big museum in London. Why the Ashmolean Museum? I don't know, but there we are.
Be funny, is it?
So there's no chance you think it's true then?
No, it's false.
Okay, so we have...
it was very well written, but it's false.
Oh dear. Well, I should have known better going up against a history student, but Patrick gets the point. It is false. It is not true.
I outlined the logic as to why it was false, and then just completely went against it.
I'll be honest.
Stupid.
I'll be honest. That was a bizarre choice.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Am I that much of a faceless member of the crowd?
You did say you were. In fairness, that's what you said.
You did literally say, "I'm too afraid to do my own thing." So.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, as several of you pointed out, being a creative writing student, you really cannot trust me when it comes to this round. With that in mind, question 2. Okay, so I should have known better going with a... Okay, fair enough. I'll just give you all the points now. I'll just admit it. No, I should have known better going up against Patrick's bulletproof history logic. Okay, so...
Happy to be on the show, as always.
Oh, yeah. Happy to have you here, for God's sake. No, it's fine. Okay, so now we move on to question 2, which runs thusly. 2 guilty of cockling offences at Flukeborough. Two men have been found guilty of going equipped to gather cockles without a permit at the Flukeborough Cocklebed in Cumbria. At Liverpool Magistrate, Mr. Lee Harms of Birchridge Flint and Mr. Hayden Russell of Maxwell Close, Buckley, were found guilty in absence of going equipped to gather cockles without a permit. Inshore Fishery and Conservation officers stopped Mr. Harms and Mr. Russell in an all-terrain vehicle at the Flukeborough Cockle Fishery, approximately 2 miles from shore. They were found to be in possession of equipment for commercial cockle picking without a permit in contravention of NWIFCA Bylaw 3. Upon questioning by officers, Mr. Harms provided officers with a false name and address. Mr. Harms was fined £5,000 and £500 for providing false details. Mr. Russell was fined £5,000. The head of enforcement at NWIFCA said, "We welcome the high level of fines given as we feel it reflects the seriousness of the case. Cockle poaching undermines the sustainability of the fishery and the livelihoods of legitimate fishers who rely on the fishery to make a living." So that's story number 2. Heinous crime.
Yeah. Okay. This one's slightly more plausible, I will tell people, because Flukeborough is a place in Cumbria.
I was about to say,
and you do need a license for that, so...
Where is it? I'm not sure exactly where it is.
It's like, it's very far south. It's near Cartmel.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
£5,000 though. They really cockled up.
Hey!
Yeah. It was really shellfish of them. Oh dear. Oh man. I must admit that Danny Champion of the World would be a lot less exciting if it was about this.
It would also be a lot less exciting. Well, it would be kind of more exciting if they got fined £5,000 a piece.
Yeah, then it becomes a whole different movie about the system and how they got to go against it.
Oh yeah, like literally my tagline for Danny Champion of the World is "Father involves unwitting child in life of violent crime."
Can we deduct a point from Patrick for calling Danny Champion of the World a movie rather than a book?
Wait, what? Oh no, I apologize. I wasn't thinking, and I'm sorry.
That film is okay compared to the book, which is great. Okay. So, yeah, what do we reckon on this story? Does it have the ring of truth?
I think this one is quite believable, and I have no hard evidence to suggest otherwise this time. So I'm
Okay.
going to say that it's true. I think it's definitely.
All right then. Yeah. Once we're in the present day, you don't need any hard evidence.
No, yeah, it's very different.
Yeah. I'll move to Fred next. What do you reckon, Fred?
I don't know what to reckon anymore at all, Joe. I've let down my own individualism. I've betrayed my independence. All in all, I have regrets, but this is not that kind of show. So
Yeah, sorry. The agony aunt's on next.
yeah. I'll say true.
True. Okay. Again, no particular hard evidence. Just going with your gut. Or are you not going with your gut, depending on where your logic currently takes you?
I am guessing.
Fair enough. Yeah.
In this natural lull, I just want to draw attention to the fact that outside my window there is a seagull with one leg, and it's really sad.
Oh dear. Oh.
I just like everyone who's listening at home to know that that there is hardship out there, but it's okay. We can overcome it.
With that, we move into a PSA from our sponsor, the Seagull Shelter, who wish to ask for donations. Anything can help.
Yeah, if you send the donations to Frederick. No.
That is a pity. Lucien, what do you reckon?
I think it's really sad about the seagull.
Oh yeah, it is. Let's just abandon the show.
Now, yes, am I lying right now, or is this a genuine thing which happened?
I'd say true.
True?
True.
Alrighty then. And John, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I'm leaning towards true as well. Going with the crowd, because yeah, my only sort of qualm, I don't know how to pronounce it, about this story. Qualm, right? About this story is the names of the two people. And I find it very hard to make up names when I'm making up fake stories. But I think those two names, they sounded pretty reasonable. I mean, this is very off topic, but yeah. So they sounded reasonable, but I can also see myself making up those names, is what I mean. But
Okay.
If these are fake people and you've just said your names sound reasonable.
Or if they're real people and you've just said your names sound like they could have been made up.
Yeah.
Well, these people have been fined £5,000. So you know what? Another. Well, actually, to be fair, that means another blow to their self-esteem. Really
Yeah.
Tragic. But
they're having a bad week.
I got fined £5,000, and some bloody student has said I sound fake. Yeah, no, true. I'm going for
True.
Yes.
Okay, we have 4 truths, and I can therefore tell you that we have 4 points. That is a true story.
Hey.
Very well done. In fairness, I did think that, I left all the stats in, and that makes it kind of sound a bit real.
Yeah.
Okay, so well done, guys. We'll move on to our last question in this round, which goes like this. New study reveals new de rigueur for student nights out. A survey conducted by the Applied Linguistics Department of Warwick University has discovered a new trend among students ordering drinks in bars and nightclubs. As the leader of the study, Professor Lionel Oliver explained, there has been a dramatic increase in students precisely pronouncing the names of foreign drinks rather than using simplified English pronunciations as before. The beer once called Bombardier is now being referred to as Bombardier. Budweiser is now being pronounced Budweiser, and Warsteiner is now said Warsteiner. Despite the closure of bars and subsequent deficit in social drinking, students across the country were polled to find how they believed certain drinks should be pronounced. Analysis continues to try and find a reason for the phenomenon, but the team has a working theory. As Professor Lionel Oliver stated, there is evidence that this change has been caused by a shift in the perceptions of urban class and sophistication among young people. So, what do we reckon?
Again.
That's not true. People are stupid.
It's quite sound logic, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean-
I have more hard truths. So, do we want them now? So other people follow on from me, or do we want them later?
We'll stagger them a bit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Lucien, did you have a point?
Well, I mean, he's got lie in his name. So
I didn't mean to ask, actually.
giveaway.
Yeah, his name is actually I Fib a lot.
Ooh.
What do you think, John? Does that name sound real or fictional?
It sounds pretty real to me.
John, I've got something to tell you. All names are made up. All names are arbitrarily given to people. A baby is born, and two people say, "Yeah, what about John?" And they say, "Okay." No one's gonna think that's weird.
I'm assuming that's exactly how it happened, John.
I haven't asked. I wasn't really listening at the time when the decision was made. I wasn't taking notes.
Oh, right.
I was probably shitting somewhere.
Let's all just think about that for a minute, but no longer than a minute.
Shitting. Oh, I do that a lot of the time. Yeah, it's a real.
I'm moving on quickly. Do people think that this is, even if it's not true, which I'm not confirming nor denying, do we think this is theoretically possible as a thing that could happen?
I do. Okay, so I think theoretically this could be possible. However, not with those beers.
What do you think are more likely?
Actual foreign beers.
Oh, right.
Is Budweiser not foreign?
Oh, it's American.
Well, it's foreign. It's just foreign, but still English speaking.
Yes.
Although with varying degrees of accuracy.
Yes, indeed.
But that's true of English people, so...
Hey.
So, what do we reckon then? Let's start with John then. What was that, John? Sorry.
I'm leaning towards true, out of optimism. Yeah, I would like it to be true. I would like yes for that raise in cultural awareness. But hold on. If Budweiser's American, no, I just realized. Yeah, even though it's got a German sounding name, it could have been a German guy in America who made up who invented the beer. So yes.
Yeah, even if they're not manufactured in those countries, they still have a foreign name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-English name.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a true from John. Let's go with Patrick next. What do you think?
I think it's false, sir.
All right, Burton.
Is that it?
Can you explain your working?
Well, you see, Bombardier is possibly one of the most quintessentially English beers, considering it's got the advert of the guy with the big handlebar mustache shooting a cannon at French people.
What a man.
What an absolute man. That makes me want to drink beer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad reasoning. Lucien, what do you reckon?
Well, I did my bachelor's in linguistics.
Oh.
Ooh.
So I think this is definitely possible. However, Budweiser, I can't see anyone saying Budweiser or anything like that. It just sounds so unnatural. So I'm going to go with it's false. It's a lie.
Oh, it's an accursed lie. Okay, and finally, Fred, where are you leaning?
I'm leaning towards false for two reasons. Firstly, well, I don't drink, so I don't have much experience with the different alcohols. But from when people have spoken about, Budweiser, whatever, I've only really ever heard to it, on the most part, referred to as Bud. So I don't think people have really thought that hard about the W in it. Secondly, sorry, did you say his name's Lionel Oliver?
Yes.
I don't trust people who have two first names.
Yeah.
Apologies, John. I'm sorry about that.
John Lee.
No, I've known you long enough, and you're an exception. But
Thank you.
Lionel Oliver, just intrinsically not to be trusted. So I think it's false.
Okay, we've got 3 falses and a true. And I can confirm that is actually not true. I made that up.
Yeah.
So that means we have and a point there, and a point there. Very nice. Well done, guys. I am rapidly becoming aware that I am in a grossly overqualified group here. We've got a linguistics master, we've got a historian, we're going to have a theologist and a computer scientist coming up. I feel like I'm about to lose a trial. But fortunately, there's nothing else coming up that isn't true at all. I was about to say there's nothing else coming up that I've made up. That isn't the case. But with that we come...
then.
Yeah. So with that, we come to the end of our first round. And so that means we're going to go into a song break now. And the important thing to bear in mind about Talk of the Devil, every song in every song break, of which there will be 3, is a clue to a big overarching news story. Your guys' job is to use the song, whether it's the lyrics, the title, the artist, whatever it is, to try and guess what that story is. And the first person to guess it will get an extra point. And if you haven't worked it out by the end, we'll just reveal it and have a chat about it. Just before we move into the song break, I will pose you a bonus question, which I will ask for the answer for when we come back for the next round. The bonus question is, if you could make one groundbreaking archaeological discovery, what would it be and why? Yes. And so into the song break, if you please, John, because I'm technologically inept. And the song break is Penny Lane by the Beatles. See you in a bit.
Oh, banger.
Oh, yes, that was Penny Lane by the Beatles. Welcome back to Talk of the Devil. That is a really, really good song. Nice one, John and Paul. Or whoever wrote it, indeed. So, guys, we have had the length of one Beatles banger to answer the bonus question, which is, if you could make one groundbreaking archaeological discovery, what would it be and why? So I think I will start with that, and I'll go through and see what you guys have come up with. So I think we'll start off with our history buff, Patrick. What would you want to discover?
See, there were so many options I couldn't really settle on one, unfortunately, because I'm very indecisive. So I'm just going to go with what I think is an obvious answer and say the location of Atlantis, because then that would clear up so much stuff. Like, what happened to it? Where was it? And was Plato really insane?
I also went with Atlantis, but I'd like to give a better reason.
Ooh.
Is it because of all the stuff from the Disney movie?
No, it's because currently it gives me a
Right.
sinking feeling.
Oh. Do you know what I was about to say? I was about to say the only way to solve this is we do that thing that they do in movies where like you two are both assigned 10 years in which to discover Atlantis, and the first one to do it is the winner. But now I can't do that. Okay. So Atlantis, just to prove where it was, Patrick.
Well, just because, it's been a hot topic on a lot of people's minds, and we'd finally get that squared away, so that would be nice.
Very good indeed. Great. So we've got Atlantis from Patrick. Fred, where would you like to discover? Or what?
So, like most young people, I am hungry for fame and recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, there's only one thing that would properly get me talked about. Finally get people not laughing at me, but with me. And that is
President of the Comedy Society, everybody.
Yep, that's me. I am him. I would want to find, and this is quite a vague term, but there must be one that fits the term. I would like to find the biggest bone, purely for the comedic value of it. So if anyone asks, what have you done? No. The biggest one. Just so, mild family luncheons and the like. Like great Aunt Ethel might walk up to me and just go, "Oh, Fred, what have you been up to, lad?" And then I don't know why she's from somewhere further north than London. I don't know.
Because why wouldn't you be?
Why? Indeed. I would just say, "Oh, great Aunt Ethel, I've got the biggest bone," and then hilarity would ensue. It's inevitable.
And then she would say, "Well, I've got a bone to pick with you, Frederick.
Yeah.
Why do you never call me anymore?"
Well, because I've been busy with the biggest bone, great Aunt Ethel.
Really? Well, that's so much time that you couldn't spare 1 minute to talk to your great Aunt Ethel.
Oh my goodness. Also, that would be an incredible pub quiz answer in the future.
Well,
How big was the biggest bone ever discovered?
Yeah, or who discovered the biggest bone ever discovered?
That'd be me.
Or Frederick Bloy is famous for discovering what?
The biggest bone. Hell yeah.
Now called the Bloy bone.
Fred, surely at some point someone will find a bigger bone.
No. They won't if you kill them.
Pretty sure that's the premise of. Pretty sure that's the premise of most Indiana Jones films.
He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, big time. Okay, so we've got the world's biggest bone from Fred. Lucien, are you sticking with Atlantis for the sinking feeling, or do you have something else?
No, that was it. I have nothing else.
I love it.
Maybe Napoleon.
Just find him?
Well, just a bone apart from him.
Oh! I'm not even mad at that one. That's great.
That's good.
Oh my word. Okay, so I'll just put Atlantis / Napoleon. Nice.
Or both.
Or both.
That'd
If you
be
found them
good.
both in the same place, that would be a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Napoleon was actually in Atlantis trying to conquer the surface of the world for their grand re-emergence.
It's a very educational podcast, actually, isn't it?
It is. Oh, yeah. But what's weird is that therefore Napoleon was actually worse at sea warfare than he was on land, and yet he came from the ocean.
Yeah, well, they don't actually
by...
have to do a lot of sea warfare in Atlantis because there's no one to challenge them on sea, so we've kind of forgotten how to do it.
Oh yeah, good point. They got complacent.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's a truth of most ancient civilizations if you think about it. Welcome to the History Channel.
Soon
And
we'll be
finally-
talking about aliens and conspiracy theories, don't worry. Also, Ice
Oh,
Truck
yeah.
is on next.
Followed by storage hunters.
You know what I want to know? Is that one-legged seagull still there?
Oh, actually, they've all flown away now.
Ah,
Ah,
now that's
I
the
can't-
story of the
yeah.
podcast.
yeah. Finally, John, what is your archaeological discovery?
Right. Well, I thought to myself, you get a lot of archaeological discoveries on the sites of great battles that have taken place in history. And one thing I would like to discover is the skull head of Richard III as chopped off by Lord Edmund Blackadder in the first episode.
Oh,
This discovery would lead to conclusive proof that the events unfolding in Blackadder really happened, and this would mean that we would get to rewrite all of the history books, but now with Blackadder and Baldric in them. So we could have Blackadder and Baldric during the Cold War, Blackadder and Baldric at the fall of the Berlin Wall, Blackadder and Baldric, I don't know,
Well,
In
so
Atlantis?
were Blackadder and Baldric like East German border guards who accidentally knocked the wall over?
Baldric, you cretin. Oh.
Sorry, my lord.
We don't have Lord Baldric, we live in a communist utopia.
Sorry, mine commandant. Oh gosh, that's great. Just for that, I'm afraid I think I'm going to have to award the point to John.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
that's absolutely the best answer.
Well done, well done. Yes, I also. Gone?
No, it's because every history book has to be rewritten. The horrible histories, Kings and Queens song would have to add Richard IV.
Yes. Brian Blessed, amazing. I want to live in that reality. Just before we move on to the next round, has anyone managed to guess what the overarching story is based on Penny Lane by the Beatles? I'd be very impressed if anyone's got it from just one song. But
Is
has
there a
anybody worked
shortage
out?
of pennies in the world?
And Patrick gets the point. No, not really.
Yay!
Is there a shortage
um,
of lanes in the world?
I don't know. Is the honest answer, but there could be.
Is there a
Okay, I
shortage
think we'll
of
agree-
Beatles in the world? Now that we're down
Yes.
to 50%.
Yeah, we're down to 50% of beetles, and also losing a lot of beetles species across the globe before they've even been discovered because of increased deforestation and habitat destruction. But anyway, moving on to another comedy game about the news. Our next round is called Mind the Gap. Here I've got 3 news stories. These are all real, but I've taken words out of the headlines. I'll read out the headline with the blanks, and your guys' job is to guess what fills in the blanks. There will be a point available per correct blank filled in. So, our first story in this round. Collectibles. The market in blank blank takes off. I'll just read that one more time. Collectibles. The market in blank blank takes off.
Could be
So what do we reckon?
Sexy collectibles. The marketing. Sexy collectibles.
Collectibles. That did
The
happen over
market-
lockdown.
Is it possibly the market in the spaceship?
No,
Or the
that's not
rocket?
the correct answer. I wonder why. Why do you think that?
Well, the rockets take off.
True. This is
The
taking off in the
Master
metaphorical
Machine.
sense.
I
Yes.
churns them out.
Oh yeah. I'm afraid not.
Fake
This is taking-
collectibles. Cheap knockoffs.
Well, no. Actually, this story is about the genuine article. So this is a real thing, not knockoffs.
No,
Uh,
okay, right. Okay.
Frederick figurines. Pick them up at your local. Yes. Yeah.
Sold separately.
Last resort. No, I'm afraid it isn't. That when you discover the biggest bone, then you'll get there.
Yeah,
Then you'll
yeah.
have your own
Okay, my
figurine.
Frederick
They'll have Lego.
figurine.
Is it He-Man collectibles?
I wish it was, because I'd be buying most of them, but no, it isn't He-Man. Although it is a beloved cartoon character.
Disney, Mickey Mouse.
Nope.
Your boy Bob the Sponge.
Who the hell
I'm
is
afraid
Bob the
not.
Sponge?
SpongeBob.
Oh,
I didn't want to ask who's Bob the Sponge in case I was the one who looked unaware of what culture was doing. But no, I do know who SpongeBob is.
Nah, okay. Oh dear. Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson, no, I'm afraid not. I will tell you, the character only forms one of these blanks.
Ah.
Goofy. Donald.
No,
Bugs Bunny.
nope.
With a hyphen in there to make it.
Yeah, one
Bugs
word.
Bunny.
One word.
Oh, what are the one word?
Alf Collectibles.
No,
It's gotta be a popular show. It's gotta be in the news for a reason.
okay, I might be shedding the
Herbie.
clues. Herbie? No, I'm afraid not.
Mario.
No, well, one thing, I think I might be shedding clues too fast here, but I never said it was a cartoon show.
Oh.
Oh.
I said it was a cartoon character.
Oh.
What? Itchy? And or Scratchy?
No, afraid not.
Oh, my brain.
My brain is owie right now.
So it's something that you can actually sell. Like, this is the sale in this thing is picking up.
Right.
Everyone at home, just think about it.
We unfortunately don't have a phone a friend option or an ask the audience.
That's not because it's not an option. We just don't have friends.
Friends. We
Okay.
do. We would have in this question. We would have 50-50, but that would narrow it down to half the cartoon characters ever created.
Penny
As
the
someone who's read-
Platypus.
No, afraid not. Very good guess, but it
favorite
isn't.
character.
Well, I don't know why I said it's a very.
Pikachu.
Nope.
Damn it.
Um.
Popeye. Tintin.
Tintin. Yes, Tintin is the first word.
Yes, baby. Belgian
So-
antiques.
No,
French
this is a-
language antiques.
no. This is a lot. This is a lot more sort of general, but So I'll be a little bit more forgiving here, but you can keep trying to guess. So there is still 1 point up for grabs. So collectibles, the market in Tintin blank takes off.
Copper.
Merchandise.
No.
Comic book.
You're getting much closer with comic
Graphic
books.
novel.
If no one else gets any closer.
Comics.
Posters.
Cereals.
Video.
Posters, you're getting closer with posters.
Ooh.
Stamp.
Photographs.
Advertisements.
No, we're close with photos. You're all in the right area.
Postcards.
Postcards.
No, I'm afraid it's none of those. No. I'll just give you a couple more guesses. I might have to give this to someone in a minute.
Paintings.
Paintings! Yes, that's the closest you've had so far.
Really?
The answer is collectibles. The market in Tintin artwork takes off.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so both those points go to Patrick.
Yes, baby.
If you like, if you want to know
reading Tintin paid off.
if you want to know the story, here it is.
Yeah.
According to The Week, an extremely rare print of Hergé's Tintin comic Le Lotus Bleu goes up for sale. The Blue Lotus, as it's called in English, was published in 1936. It's the 5th album in the series and sees Tintin travel to China to disrupt the opium trade. The Blue Lotus is indeed considered to be one of the better Tintin adventures. The initial artwork Hergé produced for it was, however, never used. The Indian ink, gouache and watercolour on paper image of Tintin and his dog Snowy peeking out from a Ming vase while seemingly being menaced by a Chinese dragon, if you look closer you'll see it's actually the wallpaper, was deemed too costly to reproduce with the 4-colour technique used in 1936. The publisher, Louis Casterman, turned it down. According to the auction house, Hergé gave the print to the publisher's young son, who kept it in a drawer, although that might not be true. It'll be the first time the initial artwork for the Blue Lotus goes up for auction. The market in artwork by Hergé has truly taken off in recent years, with the current price record being set in 2014, when a signed page of drawings from 1937 fetched, and wait for it, €2.6 million or £2.35 million at auction.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so Tintin's back in the saddle.
You love to see it.
Yeah,
You love to see it.
You know, the creative writing department at Lancaster has just taken on its first graphic novels professor, and he's the official biographer of Hergé, so he's a Tintin expert.
Oh, cool.
Is that Benoit? Or...
Benoit Peters, yes.
Yeah! He's lovely.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. He's great. So, well done there, Patrick. Good work.
Thank you very much.
We will move on to our next story in this round, which runs like this. Blank Red Nose for Comic Relief 2021, inspired by Cornwall blank blank. So that's 3 blanks. But the second, if you get the second 2, they're basically the same concept, if you see what I mean.
Combine Harvester!
No.
Safe bet was Cornwall.
Yeah. Can you repeat it?
Okay, so Blank Red Nose for Comic Relief 2021, inspired by Cornwall blank blank.
Is it Farmer Red Nose?
Sorry?
Farmer Red Nose.
No, I'm afraid not. It's not a Thomas the Tank Engine book.
Cornwall. What do they do in Cornwall?
Well, presumably the same thing they do everywhere else.
No, but like, is there anything like particular? Are they famed for anything?
They've got good ice cream.
Pasties.
Ice cream, pasties, yeah.
Yeah, good ice cream.
Yeah, unfortunately, this particular thing is not a uniquely Cornwall thing. This is something that we have all over the country.
Air.
True. And in fact, that is the answer. The Red Nose was inspired by Cornwall air. No, not really, sorry.
Cornwall countryside?
No, that's also technically one word.
No, true.
It's, I suppose you would call it a place.
Seaside?
Nope. Again,
City
one word. Sorry to be. No, but you're getting closer. It's a built thing.
Is it Corfe Castle?
No, it isn't.
Wheel.
Nope and nope.
Merry-go-round.
Town Hall. You're getting closer with Town Hall.
Do they have
Leisure Centre?
Do they have a chapel or a church, like a
cathedral?
City? You need a cathedral. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
What are the big buildings that define a city?
Clock Tower.
Well, I didn't say this was in a city.
Village Hall.
No, but you're closer with that.
Town Hall. Hamlet Hall.
No, forget halls. Forget halls.
Hall.
Village shop.
A village.
No, you're in the right sort of ballpark. Ish.
Ballpark.
Well, except it's not retail. But, that would have been a really stupid slip up on my part if that was the answer. Do you want to maybe try and focus on the other blank for now?
Yeah.
So, blank Red Nose.
Blue Red Nose.
No, that would be a change of pace.
Blood
Big
red
Nose.
No, what was that, Lucien?
Blood red.
No.
Taking on a different, more mature this year.
No,
This
it
is
is
the real
different.
world, kids.
This has been dyed in the big. No, afraid not. I'm being a bit naughty here. This blank is a hyphenated word. So
Is this an
technically
adjective?
2 words. Sorry?
Cross-eyed.
Is this an adjective?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
half of it would be.
Half.
So it's something that's changed about the red nose.
Serious
next year.
faced, red nose.
Just deadpan red noses. Just
Squeaky sounding.
nope. So it's something that's changed about it. This is new and exciting stuff.
Oh, is it like silicon based? I don't know, plant based?
Yeah. You haven't got the specific words, but you've got exactly the right thing.
Organic based. Biodegradable.
Environmentally friendly.
You're all on the right track. It's okay. Try some other words for what you've just been thinking about. Something simpler, like less fancy words for it.
Eco.
Eco-friendly.
No.
Sustainably sourced. No, that's fancier.
Yeah, but you're still close. You're all in the right area.
Oh my God. I was closest first. I demand the points.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, you will get the points. Yeah, but okay. Since you're all so close, I will just give you a clue that will help you. It was made without something.
Non-plastic.
Yeah, plastic free.
Plastic free. Yes.
Plastic free red noses. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first point goes once again to Patrick, but there are still 2 blanks left, and I will actually allow a point for each one, considering even though they are technically part of the same thing.
You're a good man, Joe.
So these plastic-free red noses have been inspired by a group of people in Cornwall, but that's not what the blanks are. So
Morris dancers.
That would be the day, but no. What has inspired this change?
Is it like local farmers?
Fishermen.
No, it's local something.
Local primary school.
What was that, John?
Primary school.
Correct. That's exactly right.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
Plastic-free red noses inspired by Cornwall Primary School.
Yes.
I'm going to give both of those points to you, John, because you got there first.
Yeah.
So, well done. So this is the story. A primary school in Cornwall has been praised by the founder of Comic Relief after it was revealed that the pupils were the inspiration for the first ever 100% plastic-free red nose. Yeah. The charity is launching a plant-based nose for 2021 made of bagasse, which is a natural byproduct of sugarcane created over 18 months of testing and research into sustainable alternatives. Comic Relief had been working on an alternative when in early 2019, school children from Four Lanes End Community Primary School near Kingsand began making their own sustainable noses out of household goods, while still donating the cost of the plastic nose to charity. They subsequently received press attention and praise from Sir David Attenborough. Pupils aged, I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? Pupils aged between 5 and 10 from the school were given a first look at the new noses on October the 5th, which will be available in 10 different animal characters, including a squirrel, fox, and badger. That's that story. Nice to show in a little story of hope, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that one a lot, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we're also getting animal characters, because do you guys remember that 1 year of Red Nose Day, where they were just big sponges with a slit cut in the end?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't. I hated that. That made me really angry. Because that's what I got angry about when I was young.
Okay, times.
They were much, much, much simpler times. So, moving on to our final question of this round. There'll be 2 blanks here again. And the question is, completely balmy plan for blank with blank theme. One more time. Completely balmy plan for blank with blank theme.
Balmy plan for wedding?
Nope.
Party?
It's something... No.
Completely balmy plan for country with severe capitalist theme.
I'm tempted to give you a point for that, even though it's not true. Even though it's not the answer I'm looking for.
Read into it what you will.
Yeah. I'll give you a little clue. The plan is for something to be built.
Ooh. Statue.
Nope.
Okay.
Fire station.
Hospital.
Hospital, no. Less
Building.
functional. Building, no, it's not technically a building.
Park.
Ooh.
You're closer with park.
Field.
Playground.
You're close with playground.
Leisure centre.
Nope.
Seesaw. Swing. Merry-go-round.
You might have some of these things in this place.
Market.
A woodland walk.
I'm afraid not.
Nursery?
Nope. Again, move away from buildings.
Yeah,
it's an
of course,
outdoor
yeah.
space.
It's not park.
Not a park.
No.
Not a playground.
Is it a pitch, like a sports pitch?
You're much closer with sports pitch.
Tennis court.
It's a ground for a game to be played on.
Football pitch, rugby pitch,
No,
tennis
no.
court,
Nope.
basketball court.
No.
Golf
Mini
range.
golf.
Your mini golf, Lucien, you are right.
Ah,
It is a mini golf range. Well done. That's 1 point to you.
Golf. No.
Yes. So completely balmy plan for mini golf lawn with what theme?
ooh.
General election.
That would be a little bit like a Frank Miller Batman comic. No.
The Wombles.
No, you never get the ball back. It goes down the hole and disappears. No, that is not it.
The Clangers.
It's no.
Simpsons.
No. Move away from the fictional.
Royal Family.
No, but you're sort of on the edge of the right area.
Prime Ministers.
No.
What's
what
a
I'll say
Maggie Thatcher themed mini golf court. How fun is that?
Oh dear.
What about pointless things if it's near to the royal family?
Yeah, nicely done.
Thank you very much.
If you needed the points, I would give you one, but you really don't need the points at
no,
this stage.
I'm sitting pretty.
Yeah. What I will say is the theme is linked to where this mini golf course is being built.
Where's that?
Like the specific place. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Good chance, good attempt, but I'm afraid.
Balmoral.
No.
Trying to
Further
think about all
south?
the other royal places. Buckingham Palace.
No. Further south than Balmoral. It's not exactly linked to this royal family, but the royal family will, or
Edinburgh,
royalty.
the Stuarts.
No, but it's the royal history will play a part in this place.
Lancaster?
Nope.
Stirling.
Nope, still further south.
Is it to do with is it like a war theme?
It will be partly war themed, yes.
Is it the 100 Years' War? Is it so far south as in France?
No.
Is it the War of the Roses?
Yeah, you're getting very, very warm indeed.
Battle of
Bosworth.
Waterloo? Hastings?
Sorry, no. Think broader than that. I remember it's a specific location.
Yeah.
Bosworth
Bosworth.
Field.
No.
York.
York. Exactly right.
Yeah.
The full title is Completely Balmy Plan for Mini Golf Lawn with York History Theme.
Ah.
Oh.
So the story goes like this. A new mini-golf course with a History of York theme could open next to Museum Gardens, but the scheme is completely balmy, according to a neighbour. Yeah, I know. Plans to use the library lawn, an underused area between York Library and Museum Gardens, bounded by the Roman Wall and the Anglian Tower, for a new visitor attraction will be put before councillors. But one neighbour was not happy about the idea and wrote to the council in true British fashion, saying, "Your plan to develop a small parcel of land adjacent to the Explore York Library into a mini-golf course is economically naive, unwanted and totally out of character in its current tranquil surroundings." And this is the bit that I really like. "Do you really think visitors to York on a cold, wet, wild winter's weekend in, say, February will want to face up to the elements and putt golf balls through an obstacle course and make money for the city council at the same time? Completely balmy."
Hey, I love mini golf.
Yeah, I
Just to rub salt in this guy's wound, the proposal was debated either this past Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure which, but basically it's already been discussed. So yeah, that was that one. That, gentlemen, brings us to the end of our second round of the game. And I realised at the start of the last round, I forgot to read out what the scores were looking like. So the scores currently are Patrick is on 7 points.
Hey.
Jon is on 4. Lucien on 3 and Fred on 2.
Let's get it, boys. Come on. It's coming over.
Yeah, there is probably still time. So now we're going to move into our next song break. Just before I announce the song break, I will pose you another bonus question. So this is a chance to win back some points. If you were building a mini or crazy golf course, what theme would you give it and why? And the song break we're about to move into is something a little bit different. We're going to go with The Glory Days from the soundtrack of The Incredibles.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And so let's cue that song up and we'll be back when that song is over. Thank you very much.
See you in a bit.
Yep. What an absolute classic.
It's a very good soundtrack for a very good
It's a
movie.
very good soundtrack.
Michael Giacchino, I think it is. It's a very good guy.
I think
It
so,
is, yeah. No, it's great because we've spoken about this before, this sort of stuff, where like it's made to sound like a really classic superhero serial, like you would have watched in the 60s.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really good movie.
Very jazzy.
Okay. Oh yes, indeed. I can imagine you learning that on the saxophone, Patrick.
Well, it's one of the pieces that swing band do.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we're back in with the game. Just before we move on, I posed you a bonus question before the song break, which was, if you were building a mini or crazy golf course, what theme would you give it? And now I will see what ideas you've got. So let's start with Lucien. What is your idea?
Well, my idea is actually very crazy. I was
You amaze me.
regular golf.
Oh, that's deep.
People wouldn't see it coming. They would be expecting a windmill, and then they'd just see grass.
But
I
it's
would
all
find
like
that-
really small courses.
It's the scale of me. I would find that weirdly creepy. Like, there just be something off about it.
But point worthy.
Potentially.
I mean,
Very
Lucy,
good.
you do know that at normal golf courses there are putting courses.
No, I do not.
Well,
Do any of you guys watch Mortimer and Whitehouse Gone Fishing?
I haven't, no.
No?
I've seen one episode.
Yeah, well, if you don't watch it, educate yourselves. It's one of my favourite TV shows. Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse go fishing together. That's all that happens, and it's beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But there was one episode where Bob took Paul to a golf course, and their sheer ineptitude at the game is just wonderful. Because golf is really not as easy as people make it look. And so they're just like hitting clumps of grass and just spinning in circles, and they just can't do it right. It's just wonderful. It's like the first time you played Wii Sports Golf as a kid.
Yeah.
I was all about tennis.
Oh,
Yeah,
were you?
tennis.
Just flicking the wrist. Not
Oh,
like
yeah. Nah, boxing was mine for Wii Sports. I was great at boxing.
Nah, but it's all about the bowling, dude. Come on.
In fairness, yeah, my granddad was legendary at Wii Sports bowling.
Did he throw
Maybe
it
it was
backwards
the first-
so that everyone jumped in the air?
We all did at one point, but it was one of those things where I got my Wii at Christmas when we had the whole family there, so everybody
Yeah.
played it. And Grandad, I think, was the first person to get legendary status in bowling or on anything on our game. Yeah. Moving on to the next mini golf idea. Fred, what is your pitch? Literally.
So, yes. People who know me, one of the things they very often say, Joe, is, dang, that's a guy who knows how to play with the human psyche. And it's true. I do.
Yep.
One of the first thing they notice, like, about me, this guy thinks about other people's minds too much. Yeah, I do. I am a threat. So I'm thinking, how would I make the most threatening mini golf course? No other reason than I think it would be funny. For me, the other people, oh well. And like, the first option I considered was making it psychedelic mini golf, in that the first to gain access, and this would be completely consensual. Each competitor has to take just a small bit of LSD, and then play the golf course, and we put in flashing lights and stuff. Maybe like some stuff that spins and make them a bit dizzy. But I thought that's not that good. So then I came to the ultimate conclusion of every ball that you take as your personal ball has different timings on it, and when the timer goes off, it will explode.
I thought you were going to say landmines.
I mean, that could be like the second golf course if people like the first one.
I'm sure they will.
And I mean, the best bit is that they each have different timings, and not even the manager, i.e. me, knows which ones have what. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a lucky dip. Finish the course as quickly as you can, or face the consequences. So.
Right. We'd just like to make it clear that Fred's views are not reflected by the Lancaster University Comedy Institute, and appropriate action will be taken. Thank you, Fred, for that unique idea.
You are welcome.
Next up, John, could we have your idea, please?
Right. Well, I'm gonna kind of continue off Fred's theme of
Good man.
Well, I just like the psychedelic element of it, so I thought we'd have a Beatles-themed golf course.
Ooh.
Oh.
So, here's my pitch. Hey, you, wanna relax after a hard day's night? Bring your friends so you can all come together. Come
right now.
Gosh.
to Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Golf Club Band. Put your balls around. Mind that helter-skelter. Don't get your ball lost. It'll be lost in the fields, the strawberry fields, forever. Watch out. That guy's doing some repair work on the golf course. He's fixing a hole. Oh, you're getting too drunk with your friends at this mini golf course. Oh, it's all going well, but oh, fuck. Here comes your son. That's my pitch over.
Is that it? Is that everything? Oh my goodness. Oh man. Let's all just take a minute to process that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh dear.
Glad you all enjoyed it.
Yes, that was quite something. And finally, Patrick, what is your plan?
Well, it's going to be hard to top the Bulls one, but I thought, in a similar vein to the original story, they can mini golf can be like a fun themed side activity at certain attractions like museums or art galleries or certain things. So maybe we need to really hype up that sort of educational aspect of it. So I think a really great one to do would be a mini golf course that's based off of the harsh realities of the British Empire.
Aha!
Yeah,
No,
and then
I'm with your logic.
Then we can franchise it. We can branch it out. So in America, we could have the harsh realities of slavery and the Jim Crow South, and also how racism still exists today in America, and how Southern history was changed in order to deify the Confederacy. And we could move it across to I don't know. How about I don't know, Japan and their war crimes? They had a bunch of those going on. We could have a Chinese one,
Now,
maybe in the city of Hong Kong,
do
because
you think many people would-
justice for Hong Kong, liberation in our time.
Do you think many people would come to a mini golf that talks about how awful they are?
Well, it's not about how awful they are. It's about
It's how awful they were.
It's about how we need to address the problems which have been created by the past and acknowledge certain realities of our present and work to try and better ourselves. That's the real message of trying to get a hole in one on the Peterloo massacre.
It's definitely crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Are you sure you don't have any puns for us?
No.
No, it wouldn't really fit the tone, would it?
No, I've got nothing. Sorry.
Okay, well, that's one thing that we cannot say is that this is not a very varied set of suggestions.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, I like all of them. I really appreciate your guys' creativity. However, for the sheer fact of how hard he must have worked during that song break, I'm going to give the point for that bonus question. I'm afraid not, Lucy. I'm going to have to give that point to John for his blood, sweat, and tears to make that gag work.
The balls don't even explode.
I think you and Patrick could go into business together with both your ideas.
Well, I don't want the balls to explode at mine. No, that's like the opposite of what I want the balls to do.
You're opposing progress, Patrick. It'll happen.
Fred, do we need to make another visit to the doctor again?
Okay. Moving on rather swiftly. Just before we start the next round, has anyone managed to guess the overarching story based on the two song breaks we've had?
I think I have.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is it songs that you picked for today's broadcast?
Oh.
Do you know what? Yeah. But
Nice.
Oh, someone needs to do that one week. Not next week. Leave it like a term or so everyone forgets about that thing Lucien just said. But someone at some point just needs to do song breaks, and their link is that they were used in that week's Talk of the Devil. Oh dear, I really thought you might have it there.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Does anybody have it?
Are they making a new penny with something reminiscent of the glory days of the British Empire?
But you can pick them up from the vending machine at Patrick's new mini golf course.
Yeah.
The Horrors of War, opening at your local Escape 2021, as is everything else.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't think anybody got it, so we'll move into our final full round, and then after this we'll have one more song break, and then we'll check on the big news story, and then that will be the end of the episode, and I hope we can all walk away wiser and more compassionate. So with that, moving into our final round, which is, I'm a shameless self-promoter. I made this whole round up myself. This is a new game, which is called Headline Act. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to read out 3 headlines, obviously one after the other. And what I've done is I've made them up based on the aftermath of famous films. So like, the idea is that the reporter turned up on the scene after the last scene of the movie and reported on what they found. And your job is to guess what film I'm referring to. But extra credit will be given for the silliest answers.
Very good.
So, if that's clear to everybody, we will ask the first question, which is... Intrigue. High-ranking German officer gunned down in airport. Local police captain missing.
That's Casablanca.
I knew that. I knew you were going to get that straight away. Okay. I was genuinely thinking in the song break, Patrick's going to get that right off the bat. Maybe I should make it a bit more difficult. But no, you didn't. I didn't. So well done, Patrick. That's another point to you.
Thank you.
Can we think of any silly answers for that one?
Can you repeat? Oh.
Oh, apparently we can't. Never mind. It's the headline was Intrigue. High-ranking German officer gunned down in airport. Local police captain missing.
What about Rick's bar shuts down? Only place to drink in city of Casablanca gone.
Yeah. Alcoholism in the city halves.
Hmm.
Have you guys all seen Casablanca? I know you have. Actually.
Yeah.
Have you all seen Casablanca?
No, I actually haven't yet.
Get that on your watch list, John.
The amount of stuff on my watch list. I was saying to Fred, the amount of films on my watch list is nearly as high as the amount of lectures on my watch list.
That's a bit real, innit? Oh my goodness. I had a fiasco the other week where I was enrolled on a lecture course, and then on the day it was meant to happen, it disappeared from my timetable, so I thought there'd been a mistake, and I spent the whole morning trying to work it out, only to be told I was never meant to be on it in the first place.
Oh.
And then didn't you say you wanted to be on it then?
Yeah, then I joined the lecture because I thought it might be interesting, just as a little side thing, and also it would mean that I had something scheduled every week, and it was a total waste of my time. So again. I think that Casablanca one might be a little bit specific, so I think we might move on to the next one, which is totally less specific. The next headline. Disappointment worldwide due to closure from safety concerns.
Oh, I think I know the film. Am I alright to say the film first?
Who you on?
Is it Jurassic Park?
Just for that, I'm going to say it was Jurassic World and not give you the point.
Jurassic World.
Yes, it was Jurassic Park.
All right.
Precisely. I need to get better at coming up with these lines to make them a bit less easily cracked. But yes, that was Jurassic Park.
Patrick.
They are in the same house. And they're supposed to be, just before anyone rings up the police, they are meant to be in the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well done again, Patrick. Yeah. Although it could have just as easily applied to any of the Jurassic Park films, because it begs the question, why do they keep reopening it?
Well, that's a damn good question, isn't it?
Yeah. The reason why I didn't change it to Jurassic World is because I hate Jurassic World and I think it's awful. But you guys have seen that movie, right? There's literally a moment where this woman stops the dialogue to drop a product placement.
Oh my god!
Literally, because in the original Jurassic Park, the product placement is really like subtle and it's just kind of there and you don't really notice it. Whereas there's literally a line in Jurassic World where Bryce Dallas Howard stops what she's doing to say, "The Verizon Wireless presents the Indominus Rex."
Wow!
Oh god! Times change.
Love to see it.
You do really like seeing that happen. Okay, and I've realised that I've made another blunder. This one is going to be got in an instant as well, because it's just a meme at this point. After one bad review, unknown comedian becomes the most famous face in the city.
It's Joker.
Joker.
It's Joker. Please.
Yes, well done, Fred. It's Joker.
Overhyped joke. Please.
See, I was going to say King of Comedy, but there we are.
I thought that might happen. Yes,
Yeah.
no, it's Joker, because we do in fact live in a world where Joker was made into a movie.
Yeah, we live in a society.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I meant. Oh dear, what a state of affairs. Well, that game worked.
Is that the end?
That's the end of that game, yes. Well done, Patrick and Fred. Next time I'll make them a bit more difficult. However, you guys do have a chance to get the right answer with the big overarching news story of the week. And because of where the points are at the moment, I'm going to up the number of points that are available for this if you get it.
Shall we say 10?
Well, just because someone is winning, you're just like, no, we
It's
can't
not
have
because
that
someone's
in
winning,
this
it's because I'm
competition.
losing.
No one can win.
I wasn't going to up it by much.
We have
probably
to
just
make it fair.
I'm going to up it by 3 points. Well, no, 3 points. So now, yeah, the final news story is now worth 3 points. Oh, and there is actually, no, I won't do that. I'll up it to 2 points because there is also another bonus question coming up.
Indeed, yes.
Since we've come to the end of this round, we're going to move into our final song break of the episode. The bonus question that I'd like you to consider during the song is, I'd like you to come up with a news headline based on a movie you love, and when we come back, we'll all try and guess what they are.
Ooh, okay.
And actually, I think my plan was to actually award points based on who guesses them correctly.
Ah.
So I will base my decision to up the final point number depending on how this next round goes. So yeah, everyone come up with a news headline based on a film you like, and we'll all come back and try and guess what film you're talking about.
Okay.
That is your bonus question, and we're going to move into the last song break, which is Man in Black by Johnny Cash.
Okay.
When John's written the command to play it, which is now season.
Awesome. See you in a bit. You know, every time there's a gap in me not listening to Johnny Cash, I then listen to him again and realise how great he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real cool guy.
Yeah, like I always forget how good of a songwriter and singer he was, and then I listen to him again like, oh yeah, you are actually great.
Yeah.
So that was shorter than I reckoned, but that was Man in Black by Johnny Cash, and we're back for our final little tidy-up round, I'm going to call it. So have you all managed to come up with a headline based on a movie?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Lucien, great. Patrick, you got it?
I think so. I'm not gonna lie. I was listening to the song and I forgot to even think about the question until the last 10 seconds. So I think I have got one, but could I please go last, maybe?
That's fine. That's okay. Let's start from John. So could you please read us your headline?
Sure thing. After arrival in New York City, new green initiative takes place, while fitness is on the rise amongst citizens.
Is that James and the Giant Peach?
I like that, but it's not.
It's a good guess.
That's an excellent guess. Oh, I need to read that.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Joe, is
I can read
your
that.
microphone like all the way in?
I don't know, is it? Can you hear me?
There's a lot of
We can hear you. There's a lot of static that accompanies
Is that
you.
better?
That
Can
is
you hear me
better.
again?
There we are.
Oh, right. Okay, I get it. Lovely. Okay, so could you read that headline one more time, John?
Sure. After arrival in New York City, new green initiative takes place, while fitness is on the rise amongst citizens.
Is it the B movie?
No,
Oh,
you're getting
that-
closer.
Getting
That would
closer.
have been the
Okay.
that would have been the ultimate troll if you'd gone with that.
Oh man.
Let's do it. Let's say it together. According to all known
All
laws of
known laws of
aviation.
Aviation, there's no way that a bee should be able to fly.
Oh my
Flies
giddy.
anyway.
Anyway,
Oh.
'cause bees don't
Even
care
though
what
that's
humans
completely
do.
incorrect, bees can fly, and they do. So
Yeah, and there's nothing physically to say that they shouldn't be able to.
exactly.
Screw you, Jerry Seinfeld.
Did Jerry
I am-
Seinfeld write the B movie script?
He didn't write it. He started. Like, I'm convinced that Jerry Seinfeld only signed on to do the B movie so that people would stop asking him to be in films because he didn't want to do any of them.
Oh, wow.
What a mess.
He just wanted to be left alone after Seinfeld, and people kept asking him to be in movie.
So he did a terrible one.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But it's not the B movie.
No. I must admit, I have taken some liberties with saying New York City. It really could be any city.
Well, that changes everything.
Sure. I'll change it. I'll change my headline to "After arrival in city, new green initiative takes place while fitness is on the rise amongst citizens." Yes. Sorry.
Is it the Lorax?
No.
Ah!
Good guess.
Just because I know you, is it the Simpsons movie?
No.
Oh,
But-
okay, yeah.
Oh. But it is a film that I love. But maybe you guys don't know how much I love it.
You said
Is it
close.
the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers?
No.
After I
One
said
that's also-
B movie, you said close.
Yeah.
So is it?
Yes.
I can't. I'm not guessing. I shouldn't be asking you any questions.
The A movie.
Not quite.
A
No.
A movie.
A movie. It's just a movie.
You get a point, Patrick. You're right. It's a movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I will ask questions, but I won't guess the answer. Is it an animated movie?
It is. Yes. That's why B movie was
Mm.
close. Yes.
Is it by Disney?
Yes.
Oh.
I did.
I
Oh my
believe-
god! Oh my god! It's Wally.
Yes.
Of
you're
course
right.
it's Wally. How did I not know? Oh, of course it's Wally. Yes, it's Wally.
It is Wally.
Nicely done.
Yeah,
That's a very good film. That's a very good film.
yeah, that's very good. Oh,
Very
should have
good
gone that
indeed.
straight away. I don't know why I didn't. Ah,
Another point to Patrick. Well done. Good
very
guess.
much. Thank you very much.
And good headline, John. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah. Let's go to Lucien next for your headline, please, sir.
All right. Man cuts hair to kill girlfriend's mock mother.
Nice.
Is it Psycho?
No.
Is it?
That's kind of,
To
Man
kill
kills girlfriend to what? Sorry.
To kill girlfriend's fake mother.
Fake mother.
he cuts his hair to do it. Oh, I know what this is.
Is it Edward Scissorhands? Because that involves cutting. I
Nope.
haven't seen that in ages.
Cuts hair to kill girlfriend. It's Tangled.
It is.
Yes.
Oh my
What
goodness.
with a
I think-
Disney theme today?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Fred, your headline.
Okay. How am I wording this? Mysterious artifact recovered after double entendre space trip.
Alien?
No.
Double on space trip.
Double
Is it
entendre
Thor?
space trip.
Well, it's Star Trek, right?
Is it?
Well, shut up, you.
Okay.
Guardians of the
Artifact
Galaxy?
recovered.
No, it's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sorry, artifact recovered, and then what?
Oh.
Sorry.
Artifact recovered after double entendre space trip.
Spaceballs?
No.
What are the films which happen where
In
events-
space.
Is
No,
it Star Wars number 7?
No. No.
I've got 8 more guesses.
I might advise against about 8 of them.
Oh, it's a solo movie. No, it's Rogue One. Boom.
I might advise against Star Wars in general.
I think some of them are all right.
No, that's not what I meant. Think a bit more serious film. A bit more seriously.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
I was too caught up on like space journey. I was like, it's got to be Star Trek. He's trying to make a pun. But no, there we are. Yeah.
Well, there's one level of this game that Patrick can't win the point for because you're next.
Yes. Okay. So here is my headline. Local construction worker in negotiation with previously undiscovered life forms.
Mhm.
Oh, is it Monsters vs. Aliens?
It's not Monsters vs.
So, local construction worker in conversation.
In negotiation with previously unencountered life forms.
Okay.
Is it Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
It's not Hitchhiker's Guide.
Ah,
No.
Good
I
guess.
feel like it's on the tip of my tongue.
Is that a film?
It's well, if it is, it's not the one I was thinking of.
Sounds like a Hugh Grant movie from the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like when he was just getting a bit old to do that sort of film anymore, but he was still doing it.
Or is it Avatar? No, it can't be Avatar.
It's not Avatar now.
That's a shout. That's a shout.
No, it has to be presumably films that we like. I think that was the prompt.
Yeah.
oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh,
No,
absolutely not.
No one likes that film.
Hell no. Great series, terrible. We don't talk about them. You got to really think about the construction worker bit. You know, this person's working in construction.
I think I know what it might be, but I
think you do know what it is, Joe.
Yeah, and if it's not that one, it's another one.
Yes. Well, yes.
Yes. I suppose so.
It's funny because we know what we're talking about and they don't.
Yeah.
We're having this whole conversation.
Yep.
This is annoying me so much.
What would you use to construct things?
Hammer.
Sorry?
A hammer.
You probably don't want a hammer for this. That would be a bit overkill.
Overkill to use a hammer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
A tiny hammer.
You're getting closer with tiny hammer.
A beach hammer. You know, the ones that squeak.
No, it's not that. It's
a tiny hammer. Closer with a tiny hammer.
Yeah. You could make someone hold a tiny hammer with this thing, which is related to this movie.
You could make someone hold a persuasion.
It's not Persuasion, no. Did they make a film of Persuasion? Presumably they did at one point.
Yeah, I think so. I know you guys can do this. All you have to do is to believe.
Yeah. I know that sounds like a cat poster, but it's true.
But it's true.
Hang on.
All we have to do is believe.
Yep.
Is that Peter Pan?
Yes, but no. Well, yes, but actually no.
Constructors Peter Pan.
You horrible man.
I didn't think this would be very difficult. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm going to kick myself when you tell it to me.
You are going to.
Oh my god.
Well, John, I'm surprised you don't know it because it does involve yellow people.
Oh
The Simpsons movie.
It's not the Simpsons movie.
Yellow.
Would this be an animated film, Patrick?
It is an animated film. You're absolutely right in thinking that, Joe.
Screw you guys. Oh my god.
Absolutely right in thinking about that thing. We both definitely know what we're talking about.
Yellow people. Is it one of the Despicable Me's?
No, it's not.
No.
Oh.
Is it SpongeBob?
It's not SpongeBob. Now I'm just starting to realize how many yellow people there are out there in the animated world.
Yeah, true.
And it's not the B movie.
It's not the B movie. Those
I
people are
can't will
distinctly
it to
black and
be.
white. Yellow and black.
Oh my god.
Yellow people.
But it's not even like the title's that ambiguous.
No, it's right there. It's not a complicated film title.
I'll get it. We can edit this out.
Local construction worker goes on adventure.
Lego movie.
Yes!
Oh
Lucien!
my god.
The Lego movie.
Well done, Lucien.
10 bonus points.
Oh, congratulations. So after that uphill battle, very good choice, Patrick.
Thank you.
The final points before we guess the big news story are
Okay.
Patrick at what I think is an unprecedented 12 points.
Yes, boys! Oh, yes! This is so good! I've never won an episode of Talk of the Devil before.
Oh.
John at 5, Lucien at 4, and Fred at 3.
Come on, boys. We can do this.
No,
Yeah,
piss off. Wait,
So-
our combined points just
Can I
equal
donate
Patrick's.
my points to John? Can I donate them?
No, but even if
What, you will
do
not take this away from me?
I shall
Right, guys.
donate my points to John.
As we march towards the final the end of the cutoff time, we only have one question left to answer, which is what is the big news story? To remind you, the song breaks were Penny Lane by the Beatles, The Glory Days from the Incredibles, and Man in Black by Johnny Cash.
See, the thing is, I've absolutely no idea what this is referring to.
Ooh,
No.
is it about moving to purely electronic currency?
I don't even know if that's a thing or not, but no, it isn't.
Oh, okay. There's something about money there.
You'll have to
Remember,
wait for your purely libertarian utopia, Fred. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
And remember, you can think about in terms of the lyrics, the title, the band,
Yeah.
the backstory, anything like that.
Is it something to do with Liverpool?
Yes, it is.
Is it about
Ooh.
them moving into tier 3?
No.
Is
Okay.
it about their poor performance in football?
What do you mean poor
No.
performance? What are you on about?
Okay, we'll save that for later. Save that for later.
Liverpool.
Review.
Okay, so
Oh,
are the Beatles being put on coins?
No, they are not.
Okay, never
Okay.
mind.
Who was the?
Are they being put
Where
on
was the other
paper notes?
big? Where was the other big ooh from?
Lucien, I
I think.
well, yes. Man in Black discovers pool of liver in Penny Lane.
I'm afraid that is not it, but the Man in Black is very pertinent to this.
Oh,
Is it the Green Reaper?
No.
Oh, Batman was filming recently at
Batman
Oh.
moved its
That's what it
filming
is.
to
It's about-
Liverpool.
Yes. Yeah, it's a
Correct.
Pattinson was there. He was on top of, I think it was it the town hall?
The
I don't remember.
No, it was the Liber building.
Yeah.
To read you the story, Matt Reeves' The Batman began filming in Liverpool last week. Filming took place in the city centre and North Liverpool, which included a shot on top of the iconic Royal Liver building and scenes of Batman and Catwoman filming scenes riding their motorbikes in Anfield Cemetery. The movie is due for release in the US on March the 4th, 2022. The original release date of 24th of June 2021 has been shifted due to delays related to the coronavirus, first to October 2021 and now to the current date. So yes, Batman was filming in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I really hope they decided to set part of it in Liverpool.
Yeah, it's not even Gotham City, but just like, we gotta get
Yes.
to Liverpool. It's where the Joker's hiding out.
I just love that
He's
the
a
idea
really
of
big
that.
fan of the Beatles.
Yeah, it's just great. Why do we fall, Master Wayne? So we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Oh my god, is Alfred Scouse?
Yes, that
Bring
would
it,
be
Master Wayne.
little bit of liquid courage, Mr. Dent. You trusted me and I failed you. I think that would be amazing. Of course, Alfred in this Batman movie is being played by our very own Andy Serkis,
Yay! That's
graduate
so
of
cool.
Lancaster
Andy Serkis,
University.
yeah. And he's from not too far away from where I come from, Carlisle. He comes from Longtown.
Does he now? I didn't know
He does,
that.
yeah, he comes from
That's
Longtown.
amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well done, Patrick, again.
Well,
And-
he's a great actor. He deserves a lot more than he gets.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best actors currently working. He's just an absolute genius.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen his Planet of the Apes films? If you haven't, they are phenomenal, and you should absolutely watch them. But at the end of that round, I can reveal that I'm going to check with older members of the society after this, but I think this could be a record.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
With 13 points, the winner of this game is Patrick.
Yes!
No way!
Yes!
More
That
points
was-
than-
I'm fairly confident this is my first win on Talk of the Devil. Either that or my second one ever, so that's pretty good.
That's. No, actually, it's your second win because I let you win once when we were on it together. Do you remember? You and Connie tied, and you had to pay me a compliment, and the person who paid the best
yes,
compliment.
no, I'm remembering that now. Yes.
Yes, so this is your second win, but I
My
think
second win.
I'm going to ask, but
My
you
first
might have set a
legitimate
record.
win.
Yeah. So, that was a great game, guys. Thank you. That was the latest episode of Talk of the Devil. That was brilliant. Thank you all very much. I hope you've enjoyed listening. Is there anything else I need to say before we sign off?
Don't do school, stay in drugs, kids.
Don't do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Join Lucy.
Yeah.
Well, it just remains
to vote.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it remains for me
Only
to thank
fish
my.
cockles with a license.
Yes,
Yes.
very important.
Very important.
Very important. It just remains for me to thank my panelists. So, can we have a goodbye from Lucien?
Bye.
Thank you, Lucien. And a goodbye from our winner today, Patrick.
Goodbye.
John.
I hate Patrick.
You didn't even come last. You came second with
Yeah.
5 points. You came second with 5. And finally, a goodbye from Fred.
I came last. Yeah.
I'm afraid you did. But thank you for playing all the same. You guys have all been great sports, which is fantastic. And I leave you with just one quote from Oscar Wilde. Whenever someone goes missing anywhere in the world, they genuinely show up in San Francisco. Thank you very much. This was Talk of the Devil. Goodbye.